I always need to set up the data, the telemetry and all that, because
Oh yeah.
if I don't, then yeah. Infamel on the mediums. He's not out on them, but he's put them in the
Yeah,
garage.
Tenturi and Unique J, all on mediums. Interesting. We'll see how that works out.
Willie Sanka back driving.
You sure we're live? I haven't had a notification.
Oh yeah, it does come late. Yeah, like when
Okay.
yeah, if you're on Twitch right now, it should come up.
Ah, yeah, there we go. Perfect.
It comes in later than it actually says you're live. It comes like 2 minutes later, but you know, it is what it is, and
Yeah.
now we're live. I'm just
Oh, Tenturi and Unique J have both come out on the mediums.
Sabo as well selected.
Sabo's always on the mediums.
Yeah.
Who's the first on lap? It'd be Tonios. Going
Well,
through
hello
turn.
everyone, and welcome to Gavra Racing for round 2 of the Freshman League here. We're here around the Sakia International Circuit. We're here in Bahrain for round 2, and if you haven't seen yesterday, we've been racing for round 1 at the Academy League, which is definitely a crazy race. 5 wide into turn 1 at the start, and a lot of action. So today, commentating with me is the man, who's commentating second time here, as it's going to be Mr. Geek Fusion, so he's going to be with me today, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
I liked it
interesting.
so much I came back.
Yeah, definitely, but yeah, so we're here round 2, and at the moment we've seen Mason 83, the championship lead at the moment in the Red Bull, on his out lap, as now it's going to be looking as hello to everyone in the chat, hello to everyone joining. We're here for round 2 for the Freshman League for Bahrain for tier 3, as yeah, so at the moment, interestingly, we've got Saba the Mister selected as now Tonios with a 28.0. So that's a pretty good lap, but Ela
Ooh,
goes
Eatler.
faster with a 27.6. So yeah, so
Daza's coming up to the line now. 29.3. Oh, that's quite far off. Might give it another go.
Kebab has just gotten third faster with 127. Was Black Charizard's pretty slow lap, so Ela doing really good. Unique J with a 24. As there's yellow flags into turn 1. I believe it's just direction to
It's
slow down.
just Black Charizard going slowly is all it is.
Hello to Steph Wires, that's Cass Tangle. Hello to Cass Tangle. So, Geek Fusion, what are your thoughts on this track personally? Like your full opinion?
This is one of my favourite tracks on the calendar, but it creates such good racing with the back straight and the front straight. It's just, the most difficult thing is though trying to keep your tyres in through a stint because of the amount of slow corners, the traction zones. It's so bad for tyre wear.
Yeah, exactly. Also, how much the left front gets punished as well. As now we're going to hear Willie Sanka into turn 10 there with he's back in racing F1, so we're really happy. We could see the Robert Codfather and Willie Sanka back racing together as teammates in the
Ooh, Mason
Mercedes.
goes second.
So the direction at the moment fastest from Mason was on a 27.587. So that's a very good lap from Mason, but Dexter's just putting a faster lap, and nobody could challenge that lap at the moment at this stage. But let's see.
Oh, Valado Harris has just gone straight into the wall.
Oh,
Locked up coming into the most difficult corner on the track, just went straight on. Hit the barrier.
There's no front wave for Mr. Valdo Harris. Now he's going to carry that Alfa Romeo into the pits, and yeah, you could just lock up both your wheels if you're not using ABS. As someone spun into turn 2, that's Willie Sanka. So Willie Sanka has probably lost the rear because turn 1 traction is just so difficult. Speaking of the track or the traction zones and all that, turn 10, turn 1, and the final corner probably are probably one of the most difficult ones, as well as turn 9, 8. I mean 8, turn 8. But yeah, I do like this track. It's a pretty good track, but the only thing I hate about it is just how much tire temps you get around the lap, and that's
Yeah, that's
just,
true.
yeah, like how much temperature you get in, especially into turn 12. Also, there's so much oversteer at times in corners. It's just, especially into turn 12 where Tenturi Piranha is going now. If you just touch that curb, you instantly spin, and that's you going the wrong way around all the vertical sides of the circuit. So yeah, at the moment, I've not got a lot of drivers who are on for very fast laps. Everyone is now pitting. For
Interestingly, we haven't seen either of the Ferraris come out yet. Neither Infamelo or Sabo.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Maybe Ferrari are looking to go a bit late in the session, but yeah, tyre wear is pretty high, so maybe the drivers are going to try to go on the mediums for the race. Maybe Sabo and Infamela are going to try, as Infamela now comes out for his outer lap. Who's going to start his first lap in the amazing Bahrain circuit for others, but yeah, so it's going to be a lot of stuff upcoming, especially this week and for F1 2021, multiplayer fixes, new circuit, probably Imola probably coming, so maybe let's see what will happen. Maybe that will get added mid-season, replacing one of the rounds. We'll see, but at the moment, as it's pretty close. Top 7 separated by a second, but let's see, can maybe the top 8, 9 or even 10 try and go lower, but Black Charizard, Infamela and Virobi are now up for their first laps in the cars, as they're going to be except from Black Charizard, he has set a lap, but he's definitely going to improve by a lot because that's pretty slow time for the British driver. So let's see what can he do in the Aston Martin, as at the moment, Derek's just done a pretty good lap, so yeah, so Derek's done looking to maybe try to go a bit faster than his previous time, so let's see what can he do at the end of qualifying and in this future lap, Geek Fusion.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just watching Robert Codfather come to the end of his lap. He had such a good race last time. I really hope he has a good race this time. Qualifying is going to be really interesting here though, because it's all going to make your strategy for the race. Because if you start on the softs, then you've either got to try and go soft hard like Mason did last week, but the tyre wear's a lot higher here, or you go for the two-stop and maybe go soft, soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft. So it's going to be interesting to see how people play it in qualifying.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. There's now Robert Coulthard slowed down. It's just to let the Ferrari of Infamela past. What's that strategy work? Yeah, so yesterday, I believe it was Piet, a new driver, obviously his academy, so a lot of new drivers. He'd done 22 laps on the hard tyres, not mediums, because mediums, you're going to get definitely a puncture, but for the hards, he wasn't that bad in struggling with tyre. I believe Kebab Barrages has just gone a bit faster, I'm not sure, but I don't think he has gone faster, but soft car will be very tough. Yeah, Natty. I agree with you, but Pietz has done, he pitted around lap 7 as the Eatler goes now 19 milliseconds behind the extra, so Eatler's done a fantastic time there. So Eatler's doing a fantastic job right now, considered how poor his performance was in China after a lot of contact, and especially that incident into turn the hairpin at China.
His qualifying performance wasn't too bad though, it was just the race went incredibly downhill for him. So maybe if he's a little bit higher up the field today, a little bit further out of danger, he might be able to give himself a decent race.
Yeah, Gavra. Soft 9 laps. I say roughly 7 to 8 laps. That's my
So Natty,
best.
you've got great tyre wear if you can get them 9 laps.
Yeah, you must be Sergio Perez, but anyway, mediums go about 15. I do agree with that. Hards 18 to 22, 21, 22. That's probably my biggest prediction. But let's see what can Mason do now in the final call. He's 2/10 up on his time. That's not invalidated. So let's see what can he do through the final corner. Mason 83 goes in the Red Bull through the final corner pretty cleanly. No any sudden problems. Now DRS open for the Red Bull driver. He does
There
go
we go,
fastest.
fastest. Awesome. Oh, we have a yellow flag. Is that just drivers going slowly? Yeah,
Yes.
just people keeping out of the way.
Yeah, that's probably why there's a lot of yellow flags as Infamous inverted his lap. And he's actually faster than Willy Sanker, who's on the soft, and Infamous on the medium. So Infamous are 2 seconds afar from having, and about 2/10 into the top 10, as Infamous just done a bit of a weird run. He wanted to let everybody pass, but then he starts going in the gravel. So yeah, so you see what can Daza do for the final corner. He goes with the use soft of 3 laps, so let's see, he's not improved by 9 milliseconds, so that is pretty unfortunate, but for him, because that's just so close gaps. But now we're approaching up the last minutes of qualifying. Now this is where everyone is going to be now going for the final runs, and let's see, can anyone stop Basin with his 127.1, which is 2/10 ahead of Director and as well as Mr. Eatler. So let's see. So at the moment there's a poll. Who'll get pole position? I think it's gonna be Mason. I think Mason's gonna get it.
Oh, Sabo's just spun as he started his first lap. Sorry to cut you off there, Zexfire.
Yes, that's absolutely fine, as Sabo has spun. That's really unfortunate, and it's also validating his lap, so that is pretty unfortunate, and he probably lost the rear there, Geek Fusion.
Yeah, I've done that so many times. I'm a bit confused by his strategy, though, I'll be honest. He still doesn't have a lap on the board and has gone out on the mediums and has then had that spin, so he's only going to get one more go at it. Hopefully he can set himself a good time. We'll see.
Yeah, with only one Luca Rosman, I believe, has not done a lap, and he's gone from last around 18th to 17th to 7th. He was on for a podium, but he got penalties in the result. So yeah, he did a great race, but unfortunately, he defeated as someone's voted for Direct on pole position. So that is very interesting. So maybe Director can try and pull something out of the bag, as nobody has gone out yet. See what can Kebab Barrages do now. 1/10 up in the first sector, and now that Williams is going to be flying now through the middle sector. Now going for this hard traction of turn 8, and now into this quick flimsy left hand of turn 9, into the hard braking zone of turn 2. One of the hardest braking zones of the circuit, or the hardest, I should say. There's like about barriers now going into turn 10. Now you want to use all the curb here, because you want to get a great entry to here, an entry here to turn 11 and 12. Now into turn 12 he goes, turn 11 or 12 if you wish, if you want to let extra kink left-hander, but now into turn 13, he did that pretty clearly. Is now into turn number 14. Goes Mr. Kebab Barrage is now turn 14. Now it's still King of 15, as now through the final corner, DRS enabled for Kebab Barrages. It's going to
Oh,
be.
second. Wow, that was a good lap.
That was a great lap, but it's not enough to get pole position for him. As now
Mason's still not left the pits, by the way.
he's just, I believe, entered the pits. As Mason's not going to be able to do another lap, as Director, Eatler, Virobi, Unique J and Daza have all gone for laps for their final runs, as the rest of them have not. So pretty interesting. So the winner of the poll is actually Mason, who is got 3 votes, and with Direction and Kebab Barrages with 1 each respectively, so yeah, let's see. But Kebab Barrages has nothing to do now because he's just finished his lap. But let's see, what can Director do, or Eatler? Can Eatler somehow get his first pole position here in Gavra Racing in, as now that is yellow flags, as for the AlphaTauri of oh, I can't spell out his word, but I'm gonna say Actinen. I'm not gonna just sound the H. I was gonna make it as a silent, but this is Kebab only race. Oh, so Kebab Barrages actually won his only race here in Gavra Racing. So that is very interesting. So maybe Kebab gonna get a second win as someone spun. That is Sabo. Oh, there it is. Here is stranded. Now he does manage to get out. There's that direction just passing him. And now he's about a bit up on his time. I believe so. As now into 10-10. He goes
he's gone a bit deep.
Yeah, he's done a Hamilton 2020 in Bahrain. Pretty much. He's got a bit deep in there, but keeps it on track. And no invalidations to his name, so that's great news for Directors. Now going through this turn 12 takes a bit wide, so maybe you could try and get the best entry, 1/10 up, 1.5 tenths up, or 1/10th and 37 milliseconds if you will be as accurate as possible. And Kebab Barrages retires from the session. As now Drescher through the final corner, he goes Unique J. Surprisingly goes fast by a 10th. What is going to Dexter do? It's going to just be P3 by 10 milliseconds as Actinen has just spun. Sabo the Mist has retired from the session because as everyone is going to be retiring. As now let's see what can do Roby through the final corner. He goes, former Premier Series reserve driver, now through the final corner. DRSO for him, and what is it going to be? That's a P5. That's a fantastic result. That's a great job.
He and Kebab are so close.
Yeah, as now Tachuri through the final corner. He goes the Finnish driver. Can he try and pull something out of the hat here? Let's see, as he's 4/10ths up and only can manage P8 and 7/10ths down from the current pole position holder Unique J, unless Black Charizard can just somehow do something great. But he's 8/10ths down in this lap, and it is Mr. Unique J again, I believe for the second time. Oh no, for the first time, is on pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix by a 10 clear from Mason. Director posing a very good challenge, 10 milliseconds behind. Hey, welcome Paul Dean, welcome. Yeah, so the link with Gavra's just posted, just join, just click that and you should be able to see the league we have in store. So just have a bit of a browse, but that ends qualifying, Geek Fusion.
Yeah, that was a great qualifying for the Williams. Unique J on pole, and then Kebab is 4th as well. It'll do good for them in the constructors if they can keep that through the race. I'll be honest, I didn't think I would have said Unique J would be on pole at the end of the session. That was such a good lap from him though.
Yeah, he pulled that out of the bag, and he was around in the top 8 or top 7, around 7th or 6th, as he pulled out of the bag. So, Unique J, the German, taking pole position, Mason 83 with P2, Director P3, Kebab Barrages with a P4, Virobi P5, Itla P6, Tonios, pretty quiet from him, but he's managed to get a fantastic P7, Tunchuri P8, Black Charizard P9, Actinen takes P10 as Valda Harris takes P11, Infamela 12, Willy Sanka 13th, Daza takes P14 as they managed to show the rest of them. But I believe it was Infamela 15th, as it's not so going to be rain because we're in the middle of the deserts in Bahrain, so there's no chance for rain unless it's going to be an absolute,
I mean, you never know.
a sandstorm coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, Gav, it was a really top close 7. They were split by 4.5 tenths. Bodes well for the race.
Yeah, sandstorm in the game, like in like desert circuits, like Bahrain. That would be really interesting. But like,
Yeah, just go pre-season testing all over again.
yeah, definitely. Top seven are really close. Yeah, they are very close. But now we're going to be preparing for the formation lap. So you're going to see the tires everyone is. So the top 11 to 16 are using the mediums on the hard. So nobody going to try for a ballsy hard to medium system. Everyone's going to medium to hard. So their strike is going to be done. But it's really unsure if they could do the two-soft strategy, as you just said, Geek Fusion. A soft, medium, soft, or a soft, medium, medium. Is in Famella colliding with Follow the Harris, which sends you out of the formation lap. So you can't warm up your tyres. But your tyres won't be going down in temperature. So they'll be staying the same, because then your tyres would be ice and you won't be able to get off the line greatly, so that'll be
All
pretty...
favouritism aside, keep an eye out for Robert Codfather in this race. I know he is starting last, but just like last week, he was starting far down the grid and ended up getting quite far up with his strategy. So I think he'll be one to watch during the race. Of course,
Yeah.
no favouritism, but...
Yes, yeah, exactly. Let's see what we can do. What can he do? Let's see, can he just pull out something in the bag? The number 1 or 2 driving Mercedes. I'm not sure who's number 1, number 2. But anyway, Willie Sanka's starting pretty decently, despite his first race. That's a pretty good result for him. Let's see, can Robert Codfather, the actual best driver to improve, the driver who has got the best improvement, is ranked as that. So that is a very, very nice thing for Robert Codfather, because he went 2 seasons without scoring a single point, and he's gone to P, and he's gone up the standings and actually got points, and that is just absolutely amazing. But Geek Fusion will line up for the start here at Sakia.
It's going to be a really interesting start. Turn 1's going to be interesting for sure. Hope everyone keeps it clean and we all get through. Never know, could maybe have another 5 wide moment like yesterday.
Yes, yeah, 5 wide, hopefully. Not a 6 wide or a 4 wide, but hopefully we get some great racing. But let's now see what will happen. So it's going to be lights out very shortly, but it's Codemasters, so the lights look like they do go out, but they actually don't. So now the revs are rising. It's gonna be lights out. And away we go. Unique J gets a great start. The Edge does get a better start than Mason. Mason does not get a pretty good start.
Oh, Daz has run out.
Daz is round as now is I think that's 3 wide into turn 1 between the Red Bulls.
Oh, Zero. Oh, it's Mason. Oh, Mason had a tank slapper coming out of turn 1.
As now it's 3 wide between the AlphaTauri, the Red Bull, and now for Romeo of Etla, Acton, and Mace Acton has done a great start. Robert Codfather at the moment is 14. Etla goes round the outside of Acton, and he's P7 at the moment. Etla's done a great start. V Roby now going to the inside of Direct napping, but can he go round the outside to turn 10? He's going to go ballsy. No, he's not. He's going to back out. You know, breakers. So Unique J goes deep, as that's Eatluck going in the distance, bit wide, like you need to
Kebab's dropped 11 places on the first lap. Didn't see what happened to him. I think he might have got caught up in the contact with Mason.
Yeah, he spun at the exit. I believe had contact with the Mercedes, as Infamel and Willie Sanka wheel to wheel. Can Willie Sanka try and go around the outside? Eli gets a 3-second time penalty.
That was quick.
That was a very quick. As now Willie Sanka, no, he spun at the exit at 12. I'm talking to you about spins at turn 12. There's one cannon to the book for Willie Sanka. Unfortunately, he is now behind Mr. Kebab Barriers. But Black Charles are now getting past 3 wide into turn 1, as now Black Charles are turn Cherry and Acton are now side by side, as the camera shots are absolutely disgusting. But Backcharge goes round the outside. That's a fantastic move. Turi now looking to break the slip, to try and go round the outside to turn 4. Backcharge keeps that defended and secured, but watch out for Mr. Acton. He's going to try the Swedish driver down the inside, but he thinks better of it to keep that move secure. Willy Sanka dives into the pits, fresh rubber and for the hard tyres, as that's a great start by Mr. Rubber Godfather. He's already gained 4 places.
Also, while that previous fight was going on, Tonio's got past Etcher to get up into 3rd, but like you said, the disgusting camera angles meant I didn't get to see the overtake.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, turning us into the podium positions now, so let's see, can he try and get his first podium of the season? But Roby pressure.
Oh, Mason's just had a tank slapper. Oh, that was so close to him. It almost ended up in the wall for the championship leader.
Oh, lastly, Elon now looking to the inside of the final corner, makes his mistake now, he's going to own up a place for his cost, so that is going to be Mason down to P6, but he's going to have the slipstream into the final corner, but it looks like Elo's using his ERS, depleting it, but DRS now is going to be enabled, so Elo's not in the DRS of Exeter, as it's going to be a 4-bar fight for the top. Also, Virobi's got a bit of a tank slapper there, he's got a bit of oversteer there, he's had a bit of a big wiggle, as he nearly lost it, as Tonios is closing to Virobi. As now this is going to be a very interesting fight. Now it's top 4 at the moment fighting. Mason's going to try and capitalise this fight. He goes deep as well as Mason. Mason is now someone spinning.
Oh, Infamella's lost his front wing.
Yeah, Infamella's lost his front wing. He spun at turn 4 at the exit where Sebastian Vettel has spun. As that is really unfortunate for Infamella. Now he's going to carry that Ferrari to 2. The end of the lap, which is just going to be absolute pain for him, I must admit, but Director at the moment, look how close he is to Tonios.
Oh, this is going to get interesting into turn 1.
Yeah, he's 9/10 up, so Director
Oh,
picking
Virobi
up
goes
pace.
wide. Wonder if he got a warning for that potentially.
And I'll have a quick check, as with Virobi is now, that is Virobi going wide again. As no warning for Virobi, as that is pretty good.
We might be about to witness a double overtake here, because Virobi's going on the inside of Unique J, and Tonios and Etcher side by side into turn 1.
So we're going to see a 2x2, but Virobi's taking the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and he's going to have the DRS as a bonus, but he actually doesn't. Both of them don't, so they must be side by side into DRS detection. Acton now gets ahead of Centuri. Centuri using the ERS now to stay ahead. Acton has got the DRS. He keeps the cover the inside. Centuri can't do anything about it, but Acton goes a bit deep now, side by side. To turn 5 and 6, a big contact between the pair of them. And I believe
It's smart of Centuri to back out there, otherwise that would have ended up with him spinning.
Yeah, I believe he's got a bit of damage. He got some understeer there, but
Attenan's just lost the back end, and Centuri's back through.
He has lost. I thought he wanted to let him through. It looks like he wanted to let him through, but I believe he has not. So I believe he's lost the back end there, diffusion.
If he was trying to let him back through, he did it with a lot of style, getting the back out.
Yeah, that would be a kind of a very smart move. But Virobi has put out. Look how wide he goes through the final corner. So
I can't tell if he's making mistakes or if this is deliberate, because that's 2 laps in a row now.
No, it can't be deliberate.
Oh, Sabo spun. Oh, the Ferraris are not having a good time this season.
Gavra is what happened to the overlays. I'm not sure.
Oh, Unique J and Virobi have crashed.
No way.
Oh no.
No.
Virobi broke really early, and Unique J just didn't notice. He tried to swerve out of the way and just ended up going into the back of him.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I cut onto the camera as they crashed. That was not nice to watch.
Acted and spawning at the end of turn 3. It's kicking off chaos happening at Bahrain, as you expect.
Robert Codfather's into the points.
Why are you from last place, he's in the top 10. This man just already deserves the most improved drive of the season. He already needs it.
Valadar Harris gets a 3-second time penalty. He's got a 25-second gap behind him though, so I don't think it will make too much difference.
Yeah, only 23 seconds now. So that's just gonna be a bit of a nice 3-second gain on him. So
I feel like I might have cursed the Williams. I said they were going to have a good race, and now Unique J's got damage and Kebab's down in 9th. I think I've commentated
Sabo
cursed.
on Actonen, going down the inside of the turn 11, sorry. As turn 12 now. So, I'm not sure what the long right hand is, turn 12 or turn 13. It's either the one of them.
It's one of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's Valadar Harris.
Valadar Harris. Oh
No front wing.
no. I'm going to assume he's hit the auto spin curve there and just gone straight into the barrier.
Or maybe he's just lost the rear. Robert Koffel 9-9 as Unique J Pitts. Let's see, does he go for a new front wing?
He's got damage on the left side end plate, so he must do.
Yes,
there we go.
Fresh
damage on this year's game. If you get any damage, then you need to change your wing.
Yeah, if Valadar Harris.
Oh, speeding in the pit lane.
As Willie Sanka, if he gets these tyres to the end, then that's just going to be absolute bonkers.
I wonder if Mason's got damage. I can't see any, but he's not able to keep pace with the leaders, and he's now got Eatler and Black Charizard right behind him.
It looks like he's got phantom damage.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it won't show up, but it does look like he's got a little bit of damage.
Oh, why can't they just show it? Oh, as Mason's got a bit of a poor exit. Yeah, so I think he's got damage. He's lost like 4/10 in the final sector. Into turn 10, he was about 3.5 or 3.6. As Tonios pits, not Dredged actually pits. Tonios P2 as Virobi's doing a fantastic job in the Red Bull after having a bit of a poor race at Shanghai, and he's picking up the pace now. This is a great race at the moment, but Aitler now gets past Black Charizard, I believe, or maybe he's just got a...
Oh, he's about to try and make... Oh, they're side by side. Oh. I feel like that's not going to end well. There we go. Yeah, they made it through fine. We'll give it another go.
Yeah,
I had flashbacks to Lewis and Vettel there, but someone was going to spin.
Oh,
we sent it down the inside. Oh.
There's contact, as they now going to be side by side at the turn 10. Let's see, is Mason going to try and do anything in return? He's not going to do anything. You know, do you realistically want to stick a wheel up the inside of turn 10? Because then it's going to be contact.
It might be easier for Mason if he does have damage to just sit in the DRS and just try and keep as good a pace as he possibly can.
Mason picked up floor damage.
Oh no, not floor damage.
If he's got floor damage, yeah. If he floor damage,
he won't even be able to fix that. Then he's stuck with that all race.
Yeah, you can't fix only front wing. That's the only thing you basically fix.
Eatler's into the pits.
Maybe his barge boards are damaged. Let's see how much. No, barge board's not damaged. Yeah, barge board's not damaged. Because barge boards are, if it's damaged, then it affects the straight line speed.
He must have damage. He's just gone so deep into turn 1.
Yeah, he's probably got floor damage. I don't see any floor damage though. It's supremely difficult. If you just put it in slow motion, you can definitely see. I'm just trying. It looks like he does not, but yeah, probably might have. He broke. Wait, what happened with Mason? Did he have contact with anybody?
Yeah, Mason had contact into coming out of going into turn 2 at the start of the race. I don't know who with, but I just remember thinking he was going to spin off, and he luckily saved it. But he's not hitting a single apex, so he must have some sort of damage.
Yeah, Daz has just spun at the exit of turn 1, As another candidate has joined the crew.
Sabo v Roby. Antonius are going 3. Oh, Sabo spun.
Oh, into turn 10.
V Roby. There was contact between V Roby and Sabo.
He gets a 5-second penalty for cutting the corner. That is just absolute.
That was just 3 into 1 doesn't go.
That's a yoke. 5 seconds. He spun. He was like he half spun. He entered the exit, and it says he's apparently cut the corner, and the stewards don't like his behaviour. Guess it may not be visible. Yeah, maybe he's right. But Mason pits, so it's not front wing damage. It's gotta be floor damage.
Oh, V Roby's spun. Oh, V Roby's out. He just hit the barrier.
Oh, wait.
I don't know what happened there. He spun and then just kind of drove straight into the barrier.
He's hit the barriers at this straight.
Yeah, so I think his span or had contact, and he was, when I cut onto him, he was in the, like, he was still driving, and then just hit the barrier.
That is strange.
Very weird accident.
I'm not sure. I think, yeah, he maybe got hit by somebody. That's very strange.
Oh, Willie Sanker and Infamella have just had contact in the last corner. Surprisingly, no safety car from that.
Oh, he's left the session, so that's done for Roby after leading the race. Mr. Tonios could be the winner. Robert Godfather is trying to stay in the DRS here of Tonios, so let's see, maybe can Robert Godfather stay in the DRS, but it's very unlikely as now he's just losing time. But yeah, Robert Godfather looks very good at the moment for a top 10 finish.
Let's not curse him. Let's not mention his name, and then he'll get a good result.
Oh, hopefully. Yeah, I have no doubts he's going to spin.
I can't work out what's happened to Mason. I've looked on both sides of his floor. It must be phantom damage that we just can't see. Because he definitely had contact. I saw it happen. But I just... He does look like he's got... Oh, Tonios there. Got very close there.
Yeah, direction, Tonios, yeah, he went supremely deep into turn 1. Like, on the green patch of curbs, and not curbs, of the runoff area, of green, grass or patches, something like that. He touched him, he was on that, that's how deep he went, so. But let's just sink in, it's an Aston Martin 1-2 because Black Charizard's not pit yet.
10 laps on the softs. That's incredible from Black Charizard.
I'm looking as precise as I can. I'm going to take the UI off. I can guarantee he's on 50% tire wear.
Yeah, his front right's got that band in the middle of it.
As well as the front left. Yeah, especially this corner where he's at right now. That's where the front left just screams of pain. And
he's not losing too much time though.
Yeah. Now, because Tonios and Direct will be fighting Sabo. No front wing damage for left hand side. He goes in completely into the the flying fin. Centuri as he's approached to P7. Sabo into P10, and he could spin as now Acton has spun again. And he's got no front wing, so front wing carbon fibres are just going out the window. Black Charizard goes into the pit. He's going for a one stop.
That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, the one stop.
As long as he can keep the pace.
Yeah, the one stop proves. So the first 3 rounds are kind of a high wear. Portimao's kind of a high wear circuit for me.
He's made it go long enough on the softs though that he could potentially get it on the hards.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get. He's gonna get it.
Venturi's getting a little bit close with that Charizard there.
Oh, we got a nice helicopter view. Gavra's favourite. With a cast head go if you're still watching. And here's a nice view of Bahrain, of Sector 1. Venturi now looking to sniff Black Charizard to try and sniff. He's just sniffing, just lurking around Black Charles try and see if he could get past him.
Just a quick shout out to De Etcher here. He's on the medium tyres, and he's being able to stay within the DRS of Tonio's on the softs. Some really good pace he's got there.
Wow. So now let's see what can he do now for the final corner here. Geek Fusion as Willy Sanko's just spun. That is not Robert Codfather, so the curse has not happened as Turnchuri really overtakes Black Charizard through the final corner. To the inside or the outside, I believe. Tonios has kept the lead into turn 1. Tonios has got little ERS as Direction's got 40%.
Ooh, Hitler and Robert Codfather are going side by side in the second DRS zone.
Battle. Let's see, Robert Codfather, he's going to try to the inside. He breaks early, he thinks better of it to back out. But here goes Turnchuri back. Black Charizard, they nearly make contact. Real banging there, nearly, as Turnchuri keeps the move, tucks in behind. Black Charizard as seek revenge.
There's a battle between the Williams behind as well. Unique J and Kabab are only separated by half a second.
Yeah, they are having a great battle of their own league, as unfortunately after their own manoeuvres they've encountered during the race, they unfortunately now at the end of the top 10, so we're unfortunate.
Looks like Mason might be doing a one-stop as well. He's on the hards.
Yeah, as well as Black Charizard, Valodaharis. Willy Sanka, I'm actually curious if he gets these tyres to the end of the race.
I don't think he has anything to lose, he may as well try.
Yeah, as Acton is about 18.7 seconds behind Willy Sanka, who's doing a pretty decent job for his
De
first
Etcher and
race.
Tonios are getting a bit close into turn 1.
Turnchuri and Black Charizard now side by side.
Oh.
Black Charizard squeezing Turnchuri to the barriers there, but Turnchuri now switches to the outside as now Black Charizard trying to defend his position. Turnchuri keeps behind, but now he's going to try and get a good exit. Black Charizard did not get a pretty of a good exit now. It's going to just be temporary to keep Turnchuri behind. Turnchuri goes round the outside and goes into turn 4 ahead of
This
Black
has brought
Charizard.
Unique J and Kabab into this, so it's now a 4-way fight.
This is going to be interesting. Ooh, Kabab Barrow just looking around the outside of turn 8.
Ooh, Turnchuri went a little bit squirrely on the exit. Turnchuri might start slowing these guys up because he needs to start saving some fuel.
Ooh, so he might have fuel issues. Yesterday, I believe only one Luca Rosman. I believe Black Charizard.
Oh, it's just hit. Turnchuri lifted off to try and save fuel. I was on his point of view. Oh no.
He coasted. Oh no, that is so
Yeah, he was
unfortunate.
coasting and Black Charizard didn't realise.
Oh, that is supremely unfortunate. He does not know front wing damage though, I believe. I strongly believe he does not have any. I'm just looking. No, he's got no front wing damage. Confirmation there. Direction.
Oh, Tonios is in the wall.
That's a big whack. That's
Oh, he's lost his front ring. What is going on today?
Oh yeah, did you see the new camera they've put on? You can actually see the onboard. You can actually see the face of the drivers if you look at Tonios's POV. He's got no front wing. Oh no.
I don't know what happened there. He and De Etcher were racing, but it didn't look like there was any contact.
You think he just spun it?
Yeah, I think he just lost it coming out of the corner.
But Mason's now going to be in the podium, as now Robert Codfather's going to be P4, but he has not pit yet, so that's just something. As Robert Codfather takes it carefully, doesn't want to make any contact. Tonios has somehow DRS, as now he's got internet issues. Tonight the chat is really quiet. Yeah, it's really quiet. But Tonios goes pretty deep into turn 11, as I believe this is turn 13, so probably that's my answer. but Tonio's just looking at how it's hard that you have to carry that Alpine to the pits. Geek Fusion.
Yeah, absolutely. The only close battle on the track now seems to be between Unique, Kebab and Tenturi. They're about a second adrift. Oh, I was enjoying the Tonio's battle there. I'm interested to see what Robert Codfather's going to do here. Oh, he's going to find a set of the hard tyres. Okay. Should be on for a good result still here because there are multiple people still that are on a two-stop. And Robert Codfather's coming out in about P8?
He's going to
P9?
be in the top 10 again? Oh.
And there's other people left to pit.
Oh.
Could it be another point-scoring race from Robert?
So, okay, let me do the smart calculations. I'm just gonna, so yeah. Can Robert Codfather get into the top 10 here, Geek Fusion?
I really hope so. Unique J and Kebab are still very close together. I feel like there might be some sort of team orders here, because they're always within DRS, but they're not fighting each other. Potentially they've said they're going to work together if it ever happens, but then Sabo gets a 3-second time penalty. How are people looking on penalties? Ooh, Valado Harris has 11 seconds.
And I'm just searching how much you lose in a pit stop. And you lose 18.9 seconds in the pits. So, that's going to mean Robert Codfather is going to be in the top 6 if it stands. That is Willie Sanka.
Yellow flag.
Willie Sanka to turn 7 and 8.
Just looks like he went a little bit wide, haven't got any damage.
Yeah, I think he spun it. I believe so.
Kebab's back into the pits for the start of for the finish of his two-stop strategy.
So that's going to be P7 for Robert Codfather. So let's see now, 11 seconds. So he's going to be around in the top 6.
Mason, even with the floor damage, could be on the podium here.
Yeah, that's just... It could be very mild fall damage, not like absolutely bad, because then you would have so much understeer.
Yeah, I think it was just worse with the tyre wear as well as the floor damage, but just before he pitted, because he looked like he was really struggling there. But he seems to be reasonably okay now.
Yeah, the gap from him to Eatler's not that bad. It's not going up or down much, but it's going
If he get within 3 seconds, it could be P2. Oh, Valado Harris now has 14 seconds of penalties.
He doesn't like his track limits, I guess. So, at the moment, he could try and get somehow into the ahead of Black Charizard. He's going to get ahead of Black Charizard. We've got Kebab, who's 1.9 seconds behind Robert Codfather. Robert Codfather could be in for another points finish. Derechta!
Oh, Derechta's got... That kind of evens him and eat that out, though.
So that means then... Mace is going to gain 9 seconds somehow out the bag to get the win. That's the only way he can get it, but Eatler, that's a surprising result for him right now, unless he bins it. But yeah, at the moment that's going to be a pretty quiet race now, as it's not going to be any more because Mr. Kebab Barragers is now lurking upon Mr. Robert Codfather.
Antonios is just behind them as well.
He's got 3 seconds.
Oh, Robert Codfather goes wide. Ooh.
Oh, that's gonna
Kebab's up the inside. There we... Yeah.
Yeah, he lets him pass, really. Respectfully. So, Robert Codfather, no risking is he's now going to try and get him here maybe. He's got 100% ERS. Just to take that in. That's really nice. Tonio's got 70%, so... Yeah, so let's
All the drivers today are doing really well with keeping their ERS.
charged up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm one of those. If there's any percent there, it's going to be used.
Yeah, definitely. But now Robert, is going to use DRS to close in to the gap. He's going to try everything to get into Kebab's DRS. He goes deep. He's going to still have that DRS, but he might not have into turn 1, but he's going to get it very easily. But he does not have the DRS. That is very interesting, but we've got a round.
Infomella's into the pits for his final stop.
Yep, 13 laps on those tyres. As Willie Sanka,
Now Robert's got their DRS, and Antonio's does as well.
just about, as now Tonios closing in, but he's got that 3-second time penalty. So it looks like Robert Koffel's gonna have a P9 here, so that's a fantastic performance. So let's see, can Robert Koffel pull out of the bag, but Mason, it looks
Mason's closed in 8/10 in the last 2 laps to Ether on the hard tyre. Is Mason going to do an incredible one-stop again and win?
Ether's going to stop. So now this is
I don't know how
crucial.
big the tyre differential is here. Mason could genuinely be within a shot, especially with De Hetcher and Etler both having penalties. If Mason can keep penalty 3, he might be in with a really good shot here of potentially taking his second win of the season.
Yeah, Mason could get a double here. Centuri P4 as Etler.
Oh, he's serving his penalty, isn't he?
No, he's not.
Oh, is he? He's been there a while, actually.
He's out of the pits now. What in the heck is going on there?
That seemed a lot longer than 3 seconds.
He stopped. It's basically right. So from my POV, was Tonios looking at Robert Koffel. Robert Koffel's just let him past. But Ether is ahead of Black Charizard, so Robert Koffel the P9, and that should be definitely 100% of a P9. So great performance from him, from Robert Koffel.
I really don't know what happened with Ether there. It looked like it was meant to be his 3 seconds were added on in his pit stop, but that looked a lot longer than 3 seconds, and he still got the penalty.
He was like basically freezed. It looked like
Did he miss the gear maybe? If he's got manual exit in the pit lane, he might have missed the gear and it went gear unavailable.
The pit assists are off. Basically, maybe it's lag, I'm not sure. So basically he was just waiting there, that crew just waiting for him to go exit the pit box. And then magically he's out of the pits. Like in the space of 2
It could have been lag, but he still lost the time on track, so I really don't know.
Centuri's going to be on the podium. Wait, actually not, because
has he got any more stops to make?
he's got
he's got one more stop to make. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so Robert Koffel could get P10. It's gonna get P9, unless Dazzler's just gonna do an absolute mare and gain a lot of time. As someone just got the fast lap, that's Tonios, the fastest lap of the race with a 32.0, not 32, 27.0, no 27, 29.0, something like that. So Valder Harris and Dazzler pit for now new soft tyres as he's going to go out of the pit box. And
Sabo. Ooh, Sabo and Valder Harris still Sabo. Oh, Valder. Oh no.
They've both made contact. That's a big whack. Sabo's just had so much unluck. Has just had no luck.
When is Sabo going to get some luck? Last season he had such bad luck. And, oh man, that was just one of those unfortunate incidents.
Yeah, it just had to be unlucky.
Oh, Tonios and Kebab side by side. Oh, please don't do the same thing as a second ago. Oh, this is...
Oh, round the outside.
Oh, no, Kebab.
No. Oh, he's got no front wing damage.
He went in backwards, so he might be okay.
Unless somehow he got front rear wing damage.
I don't think the hit was that hard. I think he might, if it was a bit harder when he hit the wall, I think potentially, but he didn't look like he hit the wall too hard.
I'm just gonna check. There's a bit of a gap in the rear wing. I'm not sure. It looks like he has a gap in the middle. No, no chance. If you just look as close as you can, you could just see a bit of a gap, like a white blank gap. Like where between the Safina sponsor that is. Okay, that's not
Willy
Robocop
Sanker.
father. Willy Sanker.
Is Willy Sanker around again in the same place?
Third time this race.
Yeah.
As he gets
He's been
lapped.
lapped by Hitler. Mason's still 7 seconds now ahead of De Etcher. Only 8 laps to go.
Yeah, Drash is going to be an absolute cannonball here. He's going to be very quick. Hitler, he's put on the mediums.
Interesting.
That's really interesting to see how that
He might be worried they won't make it the 8 laps we've got left. It would be pushing it a bit. It depends how good your tyre wear is of how well you push. Mason might get P2 here because Tonsuri is still yet to stop. Hitler still is only just stopped, and there's 14 seconds between him and. Oh, here we go. Oh, Tonsuri puts the squeeze on him.
Black Charizard and now Unique J. Unique J gets past Black Charizard, so Unique J.
Oh, Hitler's got a bit squirrely. Tonsuri still needs to save fuel as well. How much did he underfuel the car? He's still minus 0.10.
Wow.
He's very underfueled the car there.
Yeah, it's for performance, maybe, probably. Always now Infamella looking to try and get Dazzler from the final cut. Dazzler goes deep, as Infamella now gets DRS now. ERS. What else would you like? Go now to the inside of turn 1, and he's gonna get that move done, and he's gonna now. But Dazzler with the grip, he might try and get maybe get some revenge back. Unfortunately, he can't do anything, sadly, as now Acton and Valdeharis, as Valdeharis pulls into the pits for a new rubber, as now Infamella and Jazza are looking. There's probably a move from Dazzler, as Dazzler looks to try and get him back, Infamella. So let's see what can Infamella do with his defensive tactics and defensive moves. So let's see, Dazzler, he's got a bit of ERS. Unique J's a 28.9. That's a great lap.
Wow, that's insane pace.
1.9 seconds behind the quali time.
De Etcher's 3.5 behind Mason now, but he still has that 3-second penalty.
So he's
Could be
6 seconds.
quite close between them in the end, because it's taken him 2 laps to close down.
He gains 6/10 in turn 8.
Wow. Considering, well, we think anyway, Mason might have some damage. He's doing a really good job.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job.
Valdeharis with another penalty.
Is number 15 seconds. Wow.
Unique J and Tonsuri are really close together now.
Yeah, Unique J is going to try and get Tonsuri. Tonsuri maybe he's going to try and look to get those tires to the end, but he's over 50%. So at the moment he's just going to be losing heaps and heaps and heaps of time. Robert Coffather's pit again for the soft tires. Wow.
He's still in P10 though, and closing to Sabo.
Oh, go on, Robert, and go on. Into now turn 10 goes Robert Coffather. He's going to try and get him.
Unique's past Tonsuri into turn 1. Pretty simple move with the amount of wear that Tonsuri has on his tyres.
Yeah, this is a pretty good race. There's now Dazzler now looking for the move on Infamella as he looks to the inside of turn 14.
Oh.
That is a
Oh,
fact.
Infamela lost it. Oh
He
no.
lost it. The Ferraris are just having a mare today.
Oh, Robert Codfather might be about to
Oh,
overtake Sabo
let's
down the
see.
front
Oh,
straight. Got
now
DRS.
DRS.
Send it.
So
Oh, he backs out.
yeah,
It's a smart move from Robert, to be fair.
yeah, he's pretty patient, and he's a really patient driver.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one thing that Robert has shown in the last 2 races. If you just try and keep yourself out of trouble,
We're
you
gonna
actually
try.
get some points.
Yeah, he's not going for any aggressive moves. He's just calm, just sitting behind and waiting for the best opportunity to get. But
Oh, De Etch is within half a second of Mason.
yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I just looked up and I was like, oh, their side, but like they're really close together.
So now it's going to be a battle basically for the win here. As our Mason's job is now to hold up, but look at the grip not Mason, Director has, as now he looks to go round the outside. Mason keeps it covered as there's nearly contact between them, as now Wilder Harris can have a nice have some popcorn and sit back and have a bit of a viewer's look
oh,
of.
oh,
Oh, now round the outside of turn 8. Now he's going to try and do it. He's got the grip round the outside. He goes. That's the lead. But now he's just got to pull up a 3-second gap. Unless he gets another 6-second time penalty, which is going to be pretty a doubt. But now he's got 4 laps. So Mason could get second here. But let's
there's
see.
a 14-second gap to Eatler, so I think Mason should be okay. Whether he can stay within the 3 seconds potentially. It honestly might depend on how much De Etch's tyres go off towards the end of the race. Oh, Robert Codfather got past Sabo into turn 1.
Oh, it's a fantastic move from Robert Codfather. He takes P9.
Tonios and Black Charizard about to go side by side. Ooh, that was close.
Contact.
Nice driving from both of them though.
As now Bacardo settles to P7 as Tonios gets another position. P6, unfortunately after after a big whack, he's done a great fight back to P6.
Unique J and Eatler, is there going to be a move? Nope, Unique J decides better of it.
Now into the second DRS zone. Anything could happen here, but it seems like Eatler is safe.
Black Charizard and Tonios again into turn 1. Other way around this time. Black Charizard gets back past Tonios.
Tonios round the
Oh, and
outside.
Tonios. Oh, this is some good racing between these two. Oh, and he got the DRS as well. Really good move by Tonios there.
Yeah, Tonios did a fantastic move. Round the outside goes deep, but the hard work is done and not undone. So now Infamela gets another 3-second time penalty for track invalidation. See, Black Charizard gets a bit hampered, not carrying a lot of speed compared to Tonios, and now Black Charizard's unfortunately out of the DRS. But look at the gap. Mason has been poled 2 seconds, so it's looking unlikely he's gonna get the race win. But Unique J and Eatler having a great fight here for the podium here, but Eatler's got a 3-second time penalty, which is gonna kick him off the podium seat, and that's gonna be very unfortunate. But Unique J is gonna try and boot himself up on that podium here on track, DRS enabled for them, as now Unique J goes round to the inside, I should say, as Unique J goes down the inside of turn 1, as Eatler tries to go for the cutback, but unfortunately he fails to do so, as Unique J is P3. That's a pretty good move.
Oh, Eatler might come back. Oh no, thinks better of it.
As Eatler is P4. Oh, someone spun.
Oh, Infamela.
No, Infamela again. I thought it was Sabo.
As he's about to get lapped by De Etcher. And now De Etcher is 3 seconds ahead of Mason. So unless something really bad happens, then I think Mason's going to be P2 here, which I don't think he'll be too unhappy about, considering.
Acton has just nearly spun again. just had a bit of a wiggle buzz. Now Acton gets a lap by Director, and now it's just
Oh, Detcher and Attilan, oh not Detcher, sorry, Valadaharis and Attilan just had contact coming into the final corner.
now Valdo Harris. All of them gonna have DRS.
Robert Codfather's just lapped Willie Sanker.
Oh no! Oh, a Mercedes lapping a Mercedes. That's
It's like Lewis and Valtteri all over again.
in Turkey though, because Acton looking to get Valdo Harris. Valdo Harris got damage. No, it looked like he had some damage into.
Just like it might be struggling for
Acton touched the curb. Yeah, he was on the curb and he just spun it.
the auto. Oh, kebab barrages and Black Charizard into turn 1. He got the place. That was a nice overtake.
As that
Eatler and Unique J are still connected.
Yeah, this is a great battle between them. Wait, Tenturi's... Look at Tenturi! Who is that?
I don't
Willie
know.
Sanka.
Oh, that's close between Tony Hose and Tenturi.
Tenturi, look at his tyres.
Oh, he's done 20 laps on mediums.
For screaming
How?
out loud. Drive of the day. It's gotta be Tenturi, honestly. Not the silence pace, the tyre management. 20 laps on those tyres is just absolutely amazing. As maybe Tenturi might get a puncture, but actually my actual drive of the day probably is going to be Director. His pace was just amazing on the final stint on the soft. He's just done fantastic. He's on the final lap now and he's going to be
Still close between Eatler and Unique J.
Still, so they're still battling out here in the under the lights.
Oh, Eatler goes deep. Oh, and gets another penalty from that. Oh no.
That is
Mason's kept really close to the edge. It's not within the 3 seconds, but it's still 4.5. Considering he's on 19 lap old mediums.
That was an amazing battle between from Eatler, but unfortunately it's going to end here. And the man who does just an absolutely amazing job is the man himself, Director. He's done a fantastic final stint. He's weaving on the straights. Now he's depleting the entire of his ERS through the final corner goes. He's got a penalty, but it's going to be enough to take the race win. His first one of the season. Director wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Mason takes P2. That's a fantastic result from him. Unique J through the final corner. He had been challenged heavily from Eatler. Eatler unfortunately takes P4. That's a fantastic race. And Unique J is back on the podium. And he's still on the podium, still on this season. His streak is now to 2. As yeah, congratulations to Director, fantastic race. As now Kebab Barrages and Tenturi side by side to the line.
Oh, that was so close.
Tenturi 22 laps on the mediums.
And was also still nearly out of fuel as he came to the line.
Vamos says Director, that's a fantastic race from you. The pace on your soft was amazing. Robert Codfather.
Oh, in the points again. Yes.
Congratulations, Robert. You're in the top 10 again. 2 in a row. That is just absolutely amazing.
Also, after all the troubles that Sabo's had, for him to get a point, I think he'll be happy with that.
Pardon? I was just reading a chat saying Remy Ashwin saying, is that Andy? He's saying Andy, but it's not. It's actually Geek Fusion alongside me, Geek Fusion, and it's myself, Zexify. No Huss boys here. It's the freshman league, not the weekend league. It's a different league, tier 3. But yeah, GG. Congratulations to Dexter. Mason, you did a very good job. Mason, what damage did you have? Did you have like full damage or something?
Yeah, Mason, did you have damage? We don't know.
Okay, yeah, so Director Mason, Unique J, us now there's a chat. Are those noobs? No, they're not. No, it's tier. They're not. No, tier 3 is not noob like level. It's like a, don't know, an average. But anyway, I'm just gonna just quickly do the classic and send in the race results. So it's gonna be Unique J, Mason Director taking the podium, Eatla P4, fantastic. Tonios P5 after a fight back from his incident with him hitting the front wing. Centuri, Kebab Barrages, Black Charizard, Codfather getting the points. Saber the Mister takes B10, missing out on the top 10 here in this race. It's Daza, Infamel, Balder Harris, Acton, and Willie Sanka, and then V Roby with unfortunately after the straight line DNFs, and that is really
Oh,
unfortunate.
you didn't have damage then, Mason. Okay. Cool.
He didn't. Okay.
No, he says he didn't think so. He was just really poor on the softs at the beginning. Well, you
Yeah.
made up for it on the hards.
Yeah, you did a fantastic race. But unfortunately, that ends the race. So tomorrow we have got the Premier Series. It's going to be I think Premier Series and the Premier Series. Tuesday and Bon Evil. Thursday is going to be Ty and Dude Ski taking you, and make sure you join on Wednesday. Tuesday and Bon Evil, thank you for commentary, thank you, Gavra. And on Friday we've got the GT Sport Group A and the Saturday Group Bs. And then we've got on Sunday the Weekend League for round 5, the final round. We've already crowned a champion, Shortbread, but nobody's been crowned Constructors champions. It's a shame not many viewers. Yeah, it's completely fine. We'll have there'll be more, definitely. But anyway, everyone have a great evening. We'll see you very soon, and we'll see you then.